In the charged silence of the courtroom, the stakes couldn't be higher. Kody Brown, confronted with his past, his decisions, and his wives, sits at the center of a maelstrom. With secrets unfolding and hearts shattering, the truth about his polygamous existence may very well shatter everything he's struggled to preserve. But who will be the winner in this war of emotions, loyalty, and deception? The courtroom is abnormally silent. Kody Brown, wearing a black suit that stands out against the tension in the air, sits at the epicenter of everything. His normally confident and authoritative face now reflects the lines of fatigue and doubt. The accumulation of decades of choices, marriages, and betrayals are all coming to a head in this instant. In front of him, his ex-wife Christine Brown sits arms crossed, her face a mask of anger and hurt. To her right sits Janelle Brown, who appears to be suppressing a tempest of feeling. At the far end of the table sits his current and perhaps final wife, Robin Brown, whose eyes flick between the two women in anxious glances. The air is filled with unsaid words, but the room is still, because the judge brings the session into order. The lights overhead flicker weakly, casting a dim yellow light over the room. The walls are paneled with oak, and the odor of old wood and stale air gives the space the feel of a battleground rather than one of justice. Kody fidgets in his seat, feeling the pressure of the glare of his wife's eyes. The tension is near suffocation. How did it come to this? Christine's voice pierces the silence, her words hard and laced with emotion. She doesn't glance at Kody as she talks, her attention focused on the judge instead. How did we get here, Kody? Kody hunches forward, his fingers clenching the edge of the table. You understand how we ended up here, he says, his tone flat, but with an underlying whine of exasperation. This isn't solely about me. This is about all of us. His words linger in the air, but the room grows chillier by the second. Janelle finally speaks, her voice steady but tinged with years of disappointment. It's about how we've all been left behind. It's about the lies and the broken promises. Her words hit Kody like a physical blow, but he doesn't flinch. He knows they're true. No. Mary Brown, who has been largely quiet until now, fidgets in her seat. Her expression is a blend of betrayal and shock. It's not only the wives, Kody, it's the kids too. What's this actually doing to them? Kody's eyes flick to her, but before he can say a word, the judge cuts him off, reminding all of them to keep their focus on the task at hand. This is regarding dissolution of marriage and property division, the judge declares, her tone firm, but Kody can't resist. He turns to Christine. You don't understand. I never wanted it to be like this, but you left me with no other option. The words sound worse than he means, and Christine's face sets in outrage. No option? She fires back, voice rising. No option? You've been playing this game forever, Kody. It wasn't ever about option. It was about control, about what you wanted, and we were mere pawns in your game. Kody's mouth opens to reply, but something holds him back. His mind runs, but he can't think of what to say. He sits back in his chair, instead, his jaw stiffening. The room falls silent once more, the seconds ticking by with increasing tension. All of them wait for Kody to answer, but the silence further widens the gap among them all. The air in the courtroom is thick with expectation, the heavy sound of muted whispers hanging over the room. Kody's eyes dart around, moving from one face to the next, resting on Robin, sitting calmly, her hands together in her lap. She appears serene, but Kody can sense something deeper. The atmosphere of tension between them is almost visible, like a snare waiting to snap. Let's discuss the money, the judge speaks, interrupting the silence. Let's deal with the division of finances. Kody, your financials are under scrutiny today. Her tone is stern, but underlying that is something else, something Kody can't identify. Kody stiffens, his jaw clenching. What about the money? He asks, attempting to be assertive, but the questioning in his tone gives him away. Christine doesn't wait. You've been concealing assets, Kody. For years. Her words cut through the air like a blade. I've had my fill of your deceptions. The room pauses for a moment, as if frozen. Kody's gaze flicks to Christine, his face a combination of rage and incredulity. What do you mean? He begins to defend himself, but Christine interrupts him. You've been siphoning off money from our joint accounts. You've been paying Robin's expenses without telling us. You've been hiding your wealth. The accusation hangs in the air, heavy and damning. Kody's face pales, and he opens his mouth to respond, but no words come out. Clan, the weight of Christine's words sinks in, and for a brief moment, he wonders if she's right. Janelle fidgets uncomfortably in her seat. We've all known for years, Kody, she tells him softly. We've all known you've been pitting us against each other, manipulating us to get what you want. Her voice quivers with emotion, and Kody can see the hurt in her eyes. I never intended to hurt you, says Kody, his voice cracking slightly as he attempts to justify himself. You have to know, I never wanted it to go this far. But Robin, who has been quietly listening, speaks up now. It's not about money, Kody. It's about trust. Her voice is gentle but adamant. You've broken all of us, and now we're here. Kody's face reddens with anger. Trust? You don't think I know that? But none of you have any idea what it's like to make these choices, to live this life. Mary, sitting quietly in the background, leans forward. You don't know us either, Kody. You never did. All we've ever asked for was to feel like we're an equal in your life, but instead, we felt like afterthoughts. The words hit Kody harder than he expects. His stomach churns as the realization sinks in. He's been playing a game all along, and the syndicat, and now the consequences are in front of him. Oh, the judge looks at Kody, her eyes narrowing. This is your chance to come clean, Mr. Brown. We're all listening. Kody looks at his wives, his once solid stronghold of control, eroding. The walls are closing in, and for the first time, he questions whether he will be able to maintain what he so desperately sought to retain. The truth is an ugly thing, and it's going to spill out in the most disastrous manner. The air in the room becomes charged, the silence clinging to them like a damp blanket. Kody's heart pounds in his chest as he looks at Robin, who sits across from him, her face impassive. Impassive? He can't quite put his finger on it, but there's something different in her eyes today. She's always been his anchor, the one person he thought he could always rely on, regardless of what. But now, she seems distant. Kody, Christine snaps, her voice slicing through the silence. It's about time you told us the truth. You've been keeping everything from us. Your feelings, your motives, your funds. How long did you think we wouldn't catch on? Her words cut, striking Kody like a blow to the stomach. He needs to defend himself, to explain to them. It's not what they believe, but the words won't come. Instead, he sits there, on trial, bare and defenseless. Janelle, the more patient of the two, leans forward. We've waited for you to change, Kody, she says quietly, her voice threatening to break. But you never did. You made us wait, kept all of us in the dark. I never intended to hurt anyone. Kody finally gets out, his voice hoarse. I was just trying to hold things together. But nobody believes him. The words sound empty now, like a man who has lost his path but refuses to admit it. Robin leaps to her feet, the chair scraping against the floor. The room becomes a silent, strained silence as she moves to the front of the room, her back straight and her gait determined. She turns to confront Kody, her eyes ablaze with a combination of pain and anger. You always tell me you were trying to hold it together, Kody? Robin's voice is calm but firm, slicing through the air like a knife. But you never even took the time to listen to any of us. You never considered what any of us needed, what I needed. Her words are a blow that leaves Kody gasping for air. The look of betrayal on her face is the ultimate poison. I was faithful, Kody. I loved you, but you... Robin breaks off, her face distorting for an instant before she gets it under control. You didn't love us. You loved the concept of us, but you never cared. Kody gets up, his fists balled at his sides, but he's unable to say anything. His mind is racing, his feelings in turmoil. Why does it seem like he's losing everything? Mary's turn, her tone soft but with underlying anger. You always believed you could control us, Kody, that you could keep us in check, keep us in the dark, but we've all seen through you now. We're not blind anymore. You never gave us a choice. Kody, Christine interjects, her tone cutting and bitter. You told us how it was going to be. You dictated the rules, and we just obeyed. That's what this is about, isn't it? Kody exclaims abruptly, his voice cracking. You think I've been controlling you all along? The question lingers in the air, unasked, as Kody gazes at each of the women standing before him. He comes to a horrid realization that they have all existed in his shadow, but the shadow is no longer there. And now, they're all standing in the light. Hey, the judge cuts in, her tone even and level. Let's stay on topic, Mr. Brown, she states, but Kody hardly catches it. His head is too filled with the fact of what he's just learned. The life he constructed is falling apart piece by piece, and there's no method of reassembling it. Kea. The air is charged with emotion, the heaviness of all that's been said suspended. Kody is dazed, trying to wrap his head around it all, but the puzzle pieces won't connect. He feels he's drowning in the reality, but he can't quite confront it. Not completely. Christine gets up, her expression a combination of anger and sadness. Do you even see it, Kody? She asks, shaking in her voice. The way you've treated us? You've been so caught up in your own needs that you couldn't see what was right in front of you. We were a family, and you dismantled us. Kody's breath is caught in his throat. He's heard this before, but from Christine, hearing her pain, it's different this time. This isn't a scorned woman. This is a woman who spent years trying to keep an ill family together, and now she's finished. Janelle, ever the calm one, slowly stands up from her chair. Quiet fury burns in her eyes, but there's more pain there. We all gave you everything, Kody. Our loyalty, our love, our trust, and you took it all for granted. Her voice breaks, and Kody finally sees her not as the unbreakable woman he thought he knew, and Daddy says, but as a fragile one, splitting apart before him. You think this is all about a game, don't you? Janelle presses on, her tone gentle but venom-filled. But it's not. We're not your property, Kody. We're human beings. We have emotions, and we've all been shattered by your deception. Robin, who has remained so silent until now, steps forward, her hands trembling. I thought I was special. Kody? She whispers. I thought you loved me, but I was just another pawn in your game. Another means for you to control everything that's around you. Her words cut Kody like a blade. No, he croaks, his voice rough, nearly begging. That's not true. I love you all. But Robin doesn't waver. She straightens up, her face set in stone. No, Kody, you love the concept of us, but you never really looked at us. You never looked at me. Kody's chest constricts, the force of her words bearing down on him. You're wrong, he says to himself, softly. I didn't want any of this to happen. I didn't want to hurt you. But his words are shallow, hollow. The harm is irreparable, and no amount of begging can erase the years of suffering. He glances at each of them, individually, Christine, Janelle, Mary, Robin, and sees something he has not permitted himself to truly understand. And they're all finished with him. The judge interrupts him, her voice measured and calm. It appears, Mr. Brown, that you've lost the trust of your wives. What do you suggest as a solution? Kody has no idea what to say. He had control. He believed he could make it all better. But now he's lost everything. There's no turning back. He leans forward to speak but doesn't. He doesn't know anymore. His universe has narrowed to this courtroom, to this moment, and in the blink of an eye, he sees all he has taken for granted, all that he has lost. And in that silence, in this agony, the room is colder than it ever has been. Kody Brown is alone for the first time. The courtroom is hushed now, the emotional maelstrom that's raged for hours, burning down into an unquiet stillness. Kody leans back in his chair, defeated, crushed, as the weight of it all, the betrayals, the lies, the broken promises, burdens him. There are no words left to say. His world is crumbling around him, and for the first time in his life, he feels helpless. Christine, remaining upright, regards him intently. Her gaze, previously brimming with fury, is now etched with a profound, melancholic resignation. You think this is all, don't you? She remarks quietly, her tone laced with finality. But this is not simply about money or possession. This is about everything that you stole from us. You stole our trust, you stole our hearts, and now you have nothing. Kody opens his mouth to speak, but the words stick in his throat. He doesn't know what to say to make this right. He doesn't even know if he can anymore. He's lost everything that ever mattered. Janelle moves closer, her face a calm mask, but in her eyes there's pain that she cannot conceal. We all attempted it, Kody. We all gave you parts of ourselves, but you never gave us anything of you and back. Her words pierce the air, leaving a silence so profound that it becomes crushing. Robin stands before him, her back straight, her eyes staring into the soul of Kody. She's not the woman she once was, the woman who had trusted him with everything. "I thought I was different," she says, her tone unyielding. "I thought I mattered, but now, I see, I was just another piece in your game." The hurt in her voice is a slap in Kody's face, and he feels punched in the stomach for a moment. Kody swallows hard, the lump in his throat increasing. Second, he tries to open his mouth to apologize, to make excuses, but the words never materialize. "I never meant to hurt you," he finally manages to whisper. But the thing is, he doesn't even believe the words himself anymore. The judge clears her throat, bringing Kody's attention back to the present. "Mr. Brown, it seems that your marriages are irreparably damaged. What will you do now?" Kody's hands tremble as he holds the edge of the table. He glares down at the wood, not able to look anyone in the eye. His head is spinning, but there's nothing more to say. No magic words to make what he's done go away. The truth slaps him in the face. He's lost everything. Christine's voice breaks through the silence. "We're done, Kody." Her words are simple, but they carry the weight of a lifetime of disappointment, betrayal, and heartache. "This is over. There's nothing left for us here." Kody's eyes well up with tears, but he fights them back. He won't let them see him break. Not here. Not now. But inside, he's unraveling. As the judge stands, indicating the hearing is over, Kody sits. The others start to leave the courtroom, but he remains rigid, his eyes fixed on the table. Footsteps grow quiet, leaving him isolated in his own failure. And in that failure, Kody Brown understands the truth. He's not only losing his wives, he's losing everything he's ever known. As the dust settles, something miraculous occurs. Kody, alone in the courtroom, begins to feel a change within himself. The bitter truth of the last few hours is settling in, but for the first time, he's willing to confront it. He no longer struggles to maintain a false picture of his life. Rather, he's coming to terms with the outcome of his behavior, and he's, for the first time in years, experiences a spark of clarity. The judge had declared the dissolution of his marriages, but it's not the end of his journey. It's the start of a new chapter. For the first time, Kody admits that his happiness, his redemption, will result from change, not control. It's something that seemed impossible only hours before, but now feels like it might happen. Outside the courtroom, his children and the women he once lived with are healing. There's healing in the air. Even if it is slow, it's movement. Christine, Janelle, Mary, and Robin, although each still bearing their wound, are finding their own way. They're taking back their lives. As for Kody, the future is unclear, but he's not alone anymore in the shadows. He's ready to rebuild, this time for himself. The path to redemption will be long, but the first step is made. And for the first time in his life, Kody Brown has hope again. If you've loved this in-depth exploration of the Sister Wives universe and want to keep up to date on all the latest scoop, make sure to sign up for the TLC News. You won't want to miss out on exclusive tales, behind-the-scenes info, and more. Share your comments below. Yo!